right, let's go over your practice from yesterday. So Pythagorean and Converse, you had, I think it was 6 questions. 6 questions on that. So first thing, we need to determine whether or not it's a triangle. So we take the two smaller sides. So in the case of number 11, it's 15 and 16. We add those together. We need to see if that's greater than 21. So 15 plus 16 is 31. So that is definitely true. So that means it is a triangle, so we can get rid of that option. So now we need to figure out what kind of triangle it is. So we need to know if c squared, so if 21 squared, because c is always the largest side, so if 21 squared is equal to, bigger, or smaller than 15 squared plus 16 squared. So 21 squared, now my calculator is 441, and 15 squared plus 16 squared is 481. So c squared is smaller than a squared plus b squared. So since it's smaller, that means it's an acute triangle. So number 12, we need to check that 20 plus 23 is greater than 41. That's definitely true. 20 plus 23 is 43, which is greater than 41. I don't know why I wrote 40 here. It should be 41. So again, you want to check that the two smaller sides are larger than the largest side. So that means it is a triangle, so I can get rid of that option. So now we need to check if c squared, again, c being the biggest side, how that relates to the two other sides squared, the sum of their squares. So 41 squared is 1,681. 20 squared plus 23 squared is 929. So c squared is larger than a squared plus b squared, which makes it an obtuse triangle. All right, number 13. So first we have to check if it's a triangle at all. So 10 plus 24. Is that larger than 26? Yes, it is, because that's 34, which is larger than 26. So we can get rid of that option because it definitely is a triangle. Then we need to check if c squared is equal or greater or smaller than 10 squared. So a squared plus b squared, so the two smaller sides. So 26 squared is 676. 10 squared plus 24 squared is 676. So those are equal to each other, which means it's a right triangle. So 14, start by checking if it's a triangle at all. So 6 plus 13, is that greater than 20? And as a matter of fact, it is not. So 19 is not greater than 20, so that means it's not a triangle. And we're done. So 15, first we check if it's a triangle. So we have 3 plus 16. Is that greater than 17? Yes, it is, because that's 19, which is greater than 17. So we can get rid of that option because it is a triangle. So then we see if c squared, so 17 squared, we want to know if it's equal to, greater than, or smaller than a squared plus b squared. So 17 squared is 289. And then we have 3 squared plus 16 squared, which is 265. So c squared is larger than a squared plus b squared, which means it's obtuse. So then, finally, the last one, we need to check if it's a triangle. So 24 plus 29, that is definitely larger than 32, because 24 plus 29 is 53, which is absolutely larger than 32. So we can get rid of that option because it is a triangle. So we now want to check if 32 squared, how that relates to 24 squared plus 29 squared. So 32 squared is 1,024. And then 24 squared plus 29 squared is 1,417, according to my calculations. So here, c squared is less than a squared plus b squared, which makes it an acute triangle. And that's it for the Pythagorean theorem converse for now.